I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. If a brother's sins occur to me, without regard to past or future, should blocks arise, say, it is not this that I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. Well, thank you all so much for joining me out here in my garden. I'm Willie from the Ozarks, and we're ready for lesson 181 in A Course in Miracles. We're reading from the original edition here on Friday, June the 30th of 2023. If you're listening to it in 2023, it's Friday. If you're listening to it beyond that, welcome to have you too, all of you. All right, let's see. We're in a new section. We finished review section 5, and now we're ready for lesson 181. I trust my brothers who are one with me. Trusting your brothers is essential to establishing and holding up your faith in your ability to transcend doubt and lack of sure conviction in yourself. When you attack a brother, you proclaim that he is limited by what you have perceived in him. When you attack a brother, you proclaim that he is limited by what you perceived in him. You do not look beyond his errors. Rather, they are magnified, becoming blocks to your awareness of the self that lies beyond your own mistakes and past his seeming sins as well as yours. Perception has a focus. It is this which gives consistency to what you see. And you know what? I meant to read to you the first little bit. Let's pause just there a minute. We'll come right back to it. But in the page prior, introduction to lesson 181 and 200, our next few lessons make a special point of firming up your willingness to make your weak commitment strong. Your scattered goals blend into one intent. You're not asked for total dedication all the time, as yet, but you are asked to practice now in order to attain the sense of peace such unified commitment will bestow, if only intermittently. It is experiencing this which makes it sure that you will give your total willingness to following the way the Course sets forth. Our lessons now are geared specifically to widening horizons and direct approaches to the special blocks which keep your vision narrow and too limited to let you see the value of our goal. We're attempting now to lift these blocks, however briefly. Words alone cannot convey the sense of liberation which their lifting brings, but the experience of freedom and of peace that comes as you give up your tight control of what you see speaks for itself. Your motivation will be so intensified that words become of little consequence. You will be sure of what you want and what is valueless. You want what's valuable and you want what's valueless. And so we start our journey beyond words by concentrating first on what impedes our progress still. Experience of what exists beyond defensiveness remains beyond achievement while it is denied. Again on that sentence, experience of what exists beyond defensiveness remains beyond achievement while it is denied. It may be there, but you cannot accept its presence. So we now attempt to go past all defenses for a little while each day. No more than that is asked, or no more than this is asked, because no more than this is needed. It will be enough to guarantee the rest will come. We're going to go beyond our defenses to get an experience of defenselessness. So, I trust my brothers who are one with me. Let's pick up in paragraph 2 now. Perception has a focus. It is this which gives consistency to what you see. Change but this focus, and what you behold will change accordingly. Your vision now will shift to give support to the intent which has replaced the one you held before. Remove your focus on your brother's sins, and you experience the peace that comes from faith in sinlessness. Faith in sinlessness. We're going to start having more and more faith in sinlessness and less faith in what our body's eyes behold that prove that sin is real. We're going to prove that by faith we can see that defenselessness is where our safety lies. So remove your focus on your brother's sins, and you experience the peace that comes from faith in sinlessness. This faith receives its only sure support from what you see in others past their sins. For their mistakes, if focused on, are witnesses to sins in you, and you will not transcend their sight and see the sinlessness that lies beyond. Therefore, in practicing today, we first let all such little focuses give way to our great need to let our sinlessness become apparent. We instruct our minds that it is this we seek and only this, for just a little while. We do not care about our future goals, and what we saw an instant previous has no concern for us within this interval of time wherein we practice changing our intent. We seek for innocence and nothing else. We seek for it with no concern but now. A major hazard to success has been involvement with your past and future goals. You've been quite preoccupied with how extremely different the goals this course is advocating are from those you held before. And you have also been dismayed by the depressing and restricting thought that even if you should succeed, you will inevitably lose your way again. How could this matter? For the past is gone, the future but imagined. Stay in the present moment. These concerns are but defenses against present change of focus and perception, nothing more. We lay these pointless limitations by a little while. We do not look to past beliefs, and what we will believe will not intrude upon us now. We enter in the time of practicing with one intent, to look upon the sinlessness within. That's our one intent, to look upon the sinlessness within. We recognize that we have lost this goal if anger blocks our way in any form. And if a brother's sins occur to us, our narrow focus will restrict our sight and turn our eyes upon our own mistakes, which we will magnify and call sins. So for a little while, without regard to past or future, should such blocks arise, we will transcend them with this instruction to our minds to change their focus, as we say, "It is not this that I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. It is not this that I would look upon, for I trust my brothers who are one with me." And we will also use these thoughts to keep us safe throughout the day. We do not seek for long-range goals. As each obstruction seems to block the vision of our sinlessness, we seek for surcease, an instant from the misery the focus upon sin will bring, and uncorrected will remain. And the word surcease, when it's used as a noun, it means cessation. So let's put that in there in that sentence. As each obstruction seems to block the vision of our sinlessness, we seek but for cessation, to cease it. An instant from the misery the focus upon sin will bring, and uncorrected will remain. He says, don't worry about the past and don't worry about the imagined future. Stay in the present moment and let see only the sinlessness in yourself, and by seeing it in your brothers too. Nor do we ask for fantasies. For what we seek to look upon is really there, and as our focus goes beyond mistakes, we will behold a wholly sinless world. When seeing this is all we want to see, when this is all we seek for in the name of true perception, the eyes of Christ inevitably are the eyes of Christ inevitably ours. Let's look at that sentence again. When seeing this is all we want to see, our holy sinlessness, in the world, when seeing this is all we want to see, when this is all we seek for in the name of true perception, are the eyes of Christ inevitably ours, and the love he feels for us becomes our own as well. This will become the only thing we see reflected in the world and in ourselves. The world which once proclaimed our sins becomes the proof that we are sinless. And our love for everyone we look upon attests to our remembrance of the Holy Self, which knows no sin and never could conceive of anything without its sinlessness. We seek for this remembrance as we turn our minds to practicing today. We look neither ahead nor backwards. We look straight into the present. And we give our trust to the experience we ask for now. Our sinlessness is but the will of God. This instant is our willing one with His. I trust my brothers who are one with me, and if a brother's sins occur to us, without regard to past or future, should blocks arise, say, it is not this I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. It is not this that I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. Let's trust our brothers who are one with us. Okay, well, let's start with a new chapter today, chapter 19, Beyond the Body. And before we start reading that, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on the earth today. It's asteroid today, and you know, I found 2 days, but I mentioned to you before, there was an asteroid that hit in 1908 in Siberia, and it leveled 2,150 square kilometers. It was called the Tunguska asteroid. Anyway, so we got that, and then a lot of people like to look at meteors. So there's a day also today called Meteor Day, and probably has to do with that 1908 event. Drive Your Corvette to Work Day. Corvettes were first put out on the market from Flint, Michigan in June 30th of 1953. Leap Second, Time Adjustment Day, and a leap second which it coordinates UTC, which is Universal Time Coordination, with International Atomic Time, TAI. So it's adjusting that. They adjust it on June 30th every year. A second more, a second less, I'm not sure on that. Like leap year, but it's leap second. Meteor Day, we just talked about. National Food Truck Day. Go help yourself to some food from a vendor a day. National Ice Cream Soda Day, National Organization for Women Day, which was started in 1966 on June 30th to end sex discrimination, and National Outfit of the Day. Try something new to wear today. And I want to tell you about the yellow sweet Spanish onion out of Edible Landscaping, and that edible... I know it's not out of Edible Landscaping. It's out of Gurney's. Yellow Sweet Spanish. It says here of it, home gardeners can't resist it. Yellow Sweet Spanish. Heavy yields are good. Sweet flavor makes this variety a garden favorite. They grow as big as they taste, weighing up to 1 pound. A 1 pound onion. Stores for up to 6 months for use in fresh eating, cooking, and more. They're a long day type onion, so you want to be, to get the best result from this, you want to be, 36th parallel, 36th degree latitude, and north of that. I expect they'll probably grow south, but probably just won't do as good, won't be as big. It says they're 115 days to maturity. So that's your yellow Spanish sweet Allium cepa. The Allium cepa. Okay, and now listen, before we go to read our Beyond the Body, I just dug up these red Noland potatoes, and I got about 3 gallons, and I'd already dug up a few the other day, so I may have had might have had 5 gallons, I don't know. And this is I lay out this garden on a 6-foot grid pattern, and every 6 foot I've got a circle. And let me see if I can slide it out of the way so you can see. Can you see it? See, here's the walkways right here, and then it comes up and it goes, and the circle itself is probably about 4-foot diameter circle. And then after I work it up using the potato fork, which you can see in the background, which I'm getting ready to do that next circle over there, was Yukon Golds, which I've already taken a few out of there, but there'll be Yukon Golds. And then after I work up the soil, I just pull it all up, and I usually use this tool right here. A regular hoe works fine, and that's, you know, what I usually have used, but I've started using this type of a hoe, and I just really, really like it for weeding and everything. So anyway, this, I'm not sure what they call that type of hoe, but it's a little cultivating hoe. I've got some what I'm going to plant here. I'll put corn about, coming down about a halfway. I'll put a circle of corn, probably about 12 plants, and then in the center I'll probably put some of these crimson sweet watermelons. I've got a whole bunch of seeds here. I got some cucumbers I'd like to plant. I'll plant my Kentucky Wonder pole beans around the base of the hill, quite a ways from the corn, because it'll grow faster than the corn, but I want to use the corn for a trellis for the Kentucky Wonder pole beans, so I don't want those to crowd it over until the corn gets up. So I'll plant it down towards the base of the hill. I'll probably put a sunflower or two in the very center. I got some, and I might run a little row of carrots below the corn, or maybe some radishes. And here's my corn I'll be planting is the early golden sweet bantam. Well, it's sweet corn, but it's early golden bantam. It does really quick. It's about the fastest, and it's an heirloom, open pollinated, 75 to 80 days to harvest, so we got plenty of time. You can plant that all the way up into, I don't know, sometime in the middle of July, I suppose, would be about the cutoff date where you can still get a harvest in. Okay, I'm just trying to show you a little bit about how to garden if you want to garden, which certainly don't have to garden to be a Course in Miracles student, but that's just kind of what I enjoy doing, so I thought I'd share it with you. Beyond the body, introduction. We said before that when a situation has been dedicated wholly to truth, peace is inevitable. Its attainment is the criterion by which the wholeness of the dedication can be safely assumed. Yet we also said that peace without faith will never be attained, for what is wholly dedicated to truth as its only goal is brought to truth by faith. This faith encompasses everyone involved, for only thus the situation is perceived as meaningful, and as a whole, everyone in the world is involved in every situation. That's what makes it meaningful and a whole. And everyone must be involved in it, or else your faith is limited and your dedication incomplete. Well, thank you, Jesus, for showing us that. Every situation properly perceived becomes an opportunity to heal the Son of God. So there's no problems that can't come up that can't be used for your healing. Every situation properly perceived becomes an opportunity to heal the Son of God. And He is healed because you offered faith to Him, giving Him to the Holy Spirit and releasing Him from every demand your ego would make of Him. Thus do you see Him free, and in this vision does the Holy Spirit share. And since He shares it, He has given it, and so He heals through you. It is this joining Him in a united purpose which makes this purpose real, because you make it whole, and this is healing. The body is healed because you came without it, and joined the mind in which all healing rests. You want your body to be healed? Well, then look at this. The body is healed because you came without the body, and join the mind in which all healing rests. That's where the mind, where healing comes from. Paragraph 2, healing and the mind. Or not paragraph 2, section 2, healing and the mind. Paragraph 3. The body cannot heal because it cannot make itself sick. It needs no healing. Its health or sickness depends entirely on how the mind perceives it and the purpose which the mind would use it for. Boy, isn't that a beautiful statement? And it is obvious that a segment of the mind can see itself as separated from the universal purpose. When this occurs, the body becomes its weapon used against this purpose to demonstrate the fact that separation has occurred. The body thus becomes the instrument of illusion, acting accordingly, seeing what is not there, hearing what truth has never said, and behaving insanely, being imprisoned by insanity. Paragraph 4. Do not overlook our earlier statement that faithlessness leads straight to illusions. For faithlessness is the perception of a brother as a body, and the body cannot be used for purposes of union. If then you see your brother as a body, you have established a condition in which uniting with him becomes impossible. Your faithlessness to him has separated you from him and kept you both apart from being healed. Your faithlessness has thus opposed the Holy Spirit's purpose and brought illusions centered on the body to stand between you. And the body will seem to be sick, for you have made of it an enemy of healing and the opposite of truth. 5. It cannot be difficult to realize that faith must be the opposite of faithlessness, yet the difference in how they operate is less apparent, though it follows directly from the fundamental difference in what they are. Faithlessness would always limit and attack. Faithlessness would always limit and attack. Faith would remove all limitations and make whole. Faithlessness would destroy and separate. Faith would unite and heal. Faithlessness would interpose illusions between the Son of God and His Creator. Faith would remove all obstacles that seem to rise between them. Faithlessness is wholly dedicated to illusions. Faith, wholly dedicated to truth. Partial dedication is impossible. Truth is the absence of illusions. Illusion, the absence of truth. 6. Both cannot be together nor perceived in the same place. To dedicate yourself to both is to set up a goal forever impossible to attain, for part of it is sought through the body, thought of as a means for seeking out reality through attack, while the other part would heal and therefore calls upon the mind and not the body. The inevitable compromise is the belief that the body must be healed and not the mind. The inevitable compromise is the belief that the body must be healed and not the mind. For this divided goal has given both an equal reality, which could be possible only if the mind is limited to the body and divided into little parts of seeming wholeness, but without connection. This will not harm the body, but it will keep the delusional thought system in the mind. 7. Here then is healing needed, and it is here that healing is. For God gave healing not apart from sickness, nor established remedy where sickness cannot be. They are together. And when they are seen together, all attempts to keep both truth and illusion in the mind, where both must be, are recognized as dedication to illusion, and given up when brought to truth, and seen as totally irreconcilable with truth in any respect or in any way. So if you let illusion and truth both occupy your mind and just look at it calmly, the truth of faith will present itself, and the illusion of faithlessness will present itself, and you'll let one go because you'll see it as valueless. And I think maybe the last paragraph or two, we'll read a couple more paragraphs. Paragraph 8, truth and illusion have no connection. This will remain forever true, however much you seek to connect them. But illusions are always connected, as is truth. Each is united, a complete thought system, but totally disconnected to each other. Each is united, a complete thought system, but totally disconnected to each other. Where there is no overlap, their separation must be complete. And to perceive this is to recognize where separation is and where it must be healed. The result of an idea is never separate from its source. The idea of separation produced the body and remains connected to it, making it sick because of its identification with it. You think you are protecting the body by hiding this connection, for this concealment seems to keep your identification safe from the attack of truth. And the last paragraph we'll read today, this will be about halfway through this section. Paragraph 9. If you but understood how much this strange concealment has hurt your mind and how confused your own identification has become because of it. That's why we just want to walk in the light. Let truth be true. You do not see how great is the devastation wrought by your faithlessness. For faithlessness is an attack which seems to be justified by its results. For by withholding faith, you see what is unworthy of it, and cannot look beyond the barrier to what is joined with you. Okay, well, let's be sure to continue doing your 2 extended, at least 5 minutes, 10 or 15 would be better. Quiet time in the morning and in the evening, and then an hourly remembrance. Just keep on doing that. But now it's with, I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brother Turkey who is one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. And if a brother sins occur to me, without regard to past or future, should blocks arise, say, it is not this that I would look upon. It is not this that I would look upon. I trust my brothers. I trust my brothers. I trust my brothers who are one with me. Who are one with me. It is not this that I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers. I trust my brothers. I trust my brothers who are one with me. Who are one with me. It is not this that I would look upon any sin. For I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers. I trust my brothers. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me. One with me. So, to any temptation to see your brother as sinful today or yourself as sinful, don't think about the past or the future. Let that be of no regard. And let those blocks be let go of by saying, it is not this I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. It is not this that I would look upon. I trust my brothers who are one with me. I trust my brothers who are one with me.